as far as I'm concerned. So the next segment of our program this morning is a recognition of the outstanding young dairy cooperators, and for that portion of the program I'm going to turn it over to Mike and Jordan Knoll, our 2013 OYDC couple.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and this is my husband, Mike. Henry Ford once said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success." For us, this is very fitting for Michigan Milk. Due to the diversity on our farm, we have had various opportunities to be involved in young farmer groups and other commodities. But let me tell you, we are extremely fortunate to have a co-op such as MMPA that takes so much time to invest in young cooperators. The places we have gone and the conventions we have attended have given us a few glimpses into the big picture of Michigan Milk. And we have a co-op with a solid foundation. Through our experiences in the OIDC program, we have found ourselves more ready to engage with consumers, being able to promote and defend dairy.
As farmers in this co-op, we are all aware of the working together aspect at a local level. Michigan Milk's field men are aware of this as well. And even though some of us may not like it when our field men pull in the driveway, we know they are actually there to help us ensure the best quality milk. But our eyes have been open these last 18 months to what goes on in the marketing of our milk and the amazing job our board members do when facing tough decisions, whether in marketing or political policies. They handle them with each Michigan Milk member in mind, not just at a state level, but also at a national level, where Michigan Milk is a highly respected name. Jordan and I would just like to thank you for the opportunity to serve as your OYDCs this past year. And at this time, I'd like to have Bob Cran, District 3 Director, come forward and introduce this year's OYDCs.
Thank you. Thank you. And I, again, thank Mike and Jordan for the terrific job they've done this past year representing Michigan Milk. It was my pleasure to get to know the outstanding young dairy cooperators this past year, learn about their families and their farms. The OIDC conference is held in August in Novi at the Michigan Milk headquarters. The young cooperators had a chance to spend a couple days learning about the cooperative, how milk is marketed, tour the office and the lab, and get to know each other as well and interact with the staff as well as some of the leaders of our cooperative. Snapshot of our OIDCs. They milk a collective of about 2,300 cows, farm nearly 6,400 acres of land, have an average somatic cell count of 158,000, which is very commendable, 3.2% protein and a 4% butter fat. Well, that's a snapshot of them as a group, but they really represent a reflection of our membership as a whole. Some are small farms just starting out. Some are multi-generational farms facing those challenges looking to the future. Some are new and facing those challenges as well. But the one thing that they have in common and has really stood out is they have just a refreshing optimism and really a great passion for the dairy industry going forward. It was really just a joy to be around them, and you could sense that optimism and dedication. The tough part of that is, though, that we had a task of judging them, and that wasn't easy. And I'd like to recognize the other two members of our team, Dr. Adam Locke, Associate Professor of Michigan State in the Animal Science Department. Is Dr. Locke here? I guess not. And then Leona Daniels, former MMPA member and dairy communicator. Is Leona here? Oh, there she is. Okay. Leona was the rose between the thorns. So, but again, it was a very tough job, and once you get to meet these people firsthand, you'll know why. We've all had a chance to see their profiles in the Michigan Milk Messenger, and today we're going to have an opportunity to see a presentation of them and meet them in person. So, I guess we're ready to begin.
The MMPA Outstanding Young Dairy Cooperator Program has been one of the cooperative's mainstays, developing young dairy leaders since 1950. Let's take a few minutes to introduce these outstanding young cooperators and get to know the next generation of our cooperative. Bob and Chris Baker started their 60-cow dairy in 2009, and during the adverse dairy market climate, to pursue Bob's dream of becoming a dairyman. A master plumber with 9 years of experience, Bob exchanged his tool belt for a CMT panel and put his MSU dairy management degree and crop farming experience to work. The couple renovated an old hog farm to accommodate a parlor and freestalls and have slowly made improvements to enhance cow comfort. In addition to dairy, the Bakers supplement their income with crops, custom straw harvesting, beef, and hay. Bob says there was more than one person who said it couldn't be done. Lots of people told me there's no way to start a dairy from scratch. But the support of our families, mixed with our drive, patience, and passion, made it happen. The Bakers are members of the Barry Eaton Local and have 3 children, Caitlin, Carly, and Kelsey. Congratulations, Bob and Chris Baker. Dryce and Jamie Dottie work in partnership with Dryce's father and brother to operate a 250-cow, 1,000-acre dairy farm in Falmouth. The Dotties both grew up on northern Michigan dairy farms and enjoy teaching their children to prioritize faith, family, and farming. The farm's primary herdsman, Dryce, helps with field work, but enjoys spending the majority of his time with the cows. He heads up the operation's calf care, breeding, and herd health while doing his fair share of milking. Dryce says, working with cows is my favorite part of the job, and there's nothing I get more satisfaction from than helping heal a sick cow or watching an animal grow from a small calf into a productive member of the milking herd. The Dotties are members of the Everett Local and have 4 children, Nicholas, Morgan, Leah, and Gracie. Congratulations, Dryce and Jamie Dottie. Patrick and Andrea Fidua farm in partnership with Patrick's father on the family's 80-cow, 260-acre dairy farm in Westphalia. A 6th-generation dairyman, Patrick juggles the day-to-day operations of the dairy while working as a yardman for a local veneer company and operating a custom baling operation. Due to the age of the farm's infrastructure, the family has made numerous renovations to improve cow comfort and enhance efficiency. Patrick looks forward to joining the operation full-time in the coming years. Andrea works in education and serves as the farm's summer morning milk helper. Patrick says it's our mission to get the most and the best out of the number of cows we have. We're still here 150 years later, not because we have to be here, it's because we want to be in the dairy business. The Fiduas are part of the Mid-Michigan Local. Congratulations, Patrick and Andrea Fidua. Stephen and Grace Adamick work for Stephen's parents on the family's 100-cow, 220-acre dairy farm in North Branch. 4th and 5th generation dairy producers, the Adamicks are charged with the majority of the farm's day-to-day decision-making. They head up milking, feeding, caring for cows and calves, and managing the operation's 3 part-time employees. Earning a Bronze MMPA Quality Award in 2014, the couple has incorporated and adapted information from MMPA milker training schools to shore up milking procedures, utilized the MMPA lab to determine the cause and treatment of mastitis cases, and sold off problem cows to slowly improve the herd's quality. The Adamicks explain, it doesn't matter if we're milking 1,000 cows or 10, our goal would be the same. Do the caliber of work today we can be proud of tomorrow. The Adamicks are members of the DeFord, Clifford, Mayville Local. Congratulations, Stephen and Grace Adamick. Wayne Messing farms in partnership with his father in Midden City, milking, feeding, and caring for the farm's 80 cows. After graduation, he used his college savings to purchase 30 cows and joined the family business full-time. Wayne has made many cow comfort improvements since returning in 2010, including switching to sand bedding, installing fans to improve ventilation, purchasing mats for the cow barn, and upgrading to automatic takeoff milkers. Owning 100 acres and just under half the herd, he plans to purchase the rest of the family's farm by the end of the year. Wayne explains the reasoning behind his cow comfort changes, saying the cows are happier and we've seen improvements in our quality and production. In my mind, the changes we've made are investments. Wayne belongs to the Mid-Sanilac local. Congratulations, Wayne Messing. Scott and Heidi Kleinhart farm in partnership with Scott's dad and uncle on the family's 150-cow, 800-acre dairy in Clare. Attending multiple MMPA milker training schools, MMPA Land O'Lakes calf care schools, and Young Cooperators conferences, Scott and Heidi believe in the importance of continuous learning and have taken a particular interest in the calf side of the business. The Kleinharts have served as MMPA annual meeting delegates, and Scott is local vice president and serves on the MMPA advisory committee. Scott explains, my favorite part of the job is mowing hay with my son or daughter in the buddy seat of the tractor. There's nothing better than sharing what you love to do with the people you love most. The Kleinharts are part of the Clare Mount Pleasant local and have 2 children, Olivia and Taylor. Congratulations, Scott and Heidi Kleinhart. Steve and Danielle Barron's farm with Danielle's father on the family's 200-cow, 500-acre dairy in Wayland. Since returning to the operation full-time in 1995, the Barrons have quadrupled their herd and cut somatic cell counts in half, receiving the 15-star MMPA Quality Award last year. Over the years, Steve and Danielle have made many renovations and additions to the farmstead, including construction of a new parlor and installation of automatic calf feeders. Danielle says, we're not ready to retire and both our kids have interest in the farm. So we're making the necessary improvements now to ensure our kids have a chance to start off farming with a more efficient setup. The Barrons are part of the West Michigan local and have 2 children, Heather and Justin. Congratulations, Steve and Danielle Barrons. Matt and Emily Granz own and operate a 300-cow, 1,000-acre dairy in Harrisville. Although originally from a farm in St. John's, Matt began renting the Northern Michigan farm in 2002 after his family transitioned out of the dairy business. 12 years later, the couple has purchased the farm, doubled the herd size, and increased the rolling herd average from 23,000 to 30,000 pounds. Without experienced dairy family members close by, the Grahams are hands-on managers, constantly supervising the family's 9 non-family employees. Matt says, we want to continue to expand so our kids will have the opportunity to come back to the farm. We have been continuously building and improving over the first 12 years I've operated this farm, and we're not going to stop now. The Grahams are part of the Hillman local and have 2 children, Allie and Bickford. Congratulations, Matt and Emily Grahams. The 2014 Outstanding Young Dairy Cooperator runners-up are Ken and Kristen Sparks. Ken and Kristen dairy with Ken's brother, father, and uncle on their 430-cow, 1,200-acre farm in Cassopolis. A pasture-based dairy with seasonal calving, the Sparks purchased their first 120 fresh heifers in 2011, adding dairy to their family's crop and hog operation. The farm uses 11 computer-guided center pivot irrigation systems to water 300 acres of perennial ryegrass and white clover for the cows. Their 3-month calving season starts in March and makes spring their busiest time of year. Ken explains, we chose to start a pasture-based dairy because of the lower startup costs. Many young and startup farmers are deterred from the industry by the large investment required to start dairying without a family herd or previous infrastructure. This was our way to still make quality milk while balancing the economics. The Sparks are members of the Constantine local and have 5 children, Kayla, Caden, Cole, Calvin, and Corbin. Congratulations, 2014 MMPA OIDC runners-up, Ken and Kristen Sparks. The 2014 Outstanding Young Dairy Cooperators are Brian and Carrie Preston of the Hillsdale-Litchfield local. The Prestons farm with Brian's father, uncle, and cousin on their 700-cow, 920-acre dairy in Quincy. Let's welcome Brian and Carrie, 2014 MMPA OYDC, to the podium to tell us a little bit more about their operation and experience representing MMPA this past year.
Well, good morning. We're going to talk a little bit about our farm. My name's Carrie Preston, and my husband Brian and I we're honored to be representing the Outstanding Young Dairy Cooperators for MMPA this summer. We both grew up on family farms and met our first day at college at MSU. We graduated in 2000 and were married a month later. Brian then worked for the Michigan Department of Agriculture, and I became an agri-science and a teacher and FFA advisor. In 2003, we had the opportunity to move back to Quincy and begin farming full-time, and I also began teaching at the Branch Area Career Center. Currently, we have 3 boys, and that's all we're having. Not currently, for sure. Now I'm off. Jackson is 9, Austin is 6, and Brendan is 2. The boys love helping on the farm, and with Jackson being 9, we're excited about showing 4-H dairy cattle this summer. We've already started breaking heifers. We're avid Spartan football fans and basketball fans, and we love that our boys enjoy rooting for the Spartans as well. Our farm is located in Quincy, Michigan, which is about 10 miles north of the Indiana state line. This is an aerial photo of our farm, and this is a little dated photo. There is one more barn to the south on the far left of the far right of the screen, excuse me. I guess it's your left. We farm with Brian's dad, uncle, and cousin. So Adam, Glenn, and Grandpa is still on the farm daily in the summer, and then Keith and Brian. The last 5 years, we've hosted a farm tour, and it's always amazing to me. We get about 500 guests, and we also have about 100 people that come and volunteer their afternoon to help put on that tour. We serve ice cream and have some activities for the kids, and we just really couldn't do this farm tour without the support of our volunteers, as well as the UDIM promotions that they offer.
Joe, you thought you were nervous when they said you were losing your job or whatever that was, and I really got nervous there for a second. Yeah. So we milk in a double 18 parlor. This is the milk house. And Alex came down in September and took all these pictures. And it's amazing how much better the place looked in September than March. So that's what was rewarding when we saw these pictures going through. This is one of the 3-row barn, the 3-row barn. We calve on the north end of this barn. And you see the headlocks there. That's where our close-ups are. And the south end is a milking group. And then there's 2 4-row barns. All the milking cows are all housed in these 4-row barns, and then the 3-row barn as well. Calves are raised in hutches. Then when they're about 4 months, they go through a transition barn, and then they go to a calf grower about 6 miles away. They're all raised there and then return to the farm at about 20 months of age, so we can get them on our program before they calve. One of the things we're really excited about, when we expanded in 2007, we're really blessed with the topography. Everything goes from the road south and goes downhill. So the lagoons are away from the road, downhill from everything else. Gravity is a great thing. We built a sand reclamation lane, so our sand lane is here, and then some of the sand that we're getting out of it, we capture all of our sand, or as much as possible, with no machines involved. It's an entirely static system, so that's pretty exciting. Then we obviously bed with the sand. And one of the best part of the sand lane is you can use lots and lots of sand in the freestalls, and you're just really generous with it. And that really promotes cow comfort, and our somatic cell counts decreased, and it's just been kind of the key that's everything's worked well. But we really appreciate the opportunity to be the OIDC couple this year. Want to thank Ken and the board and Alex for taking all the pictures. You're doing it again, excellent. All of the field staff, Emily does a great job on our farm, and really appreciate the opportunity that our family gave us too, to come home and be a part of a family business. And Uncle Glenn says all the time, his goal is to perpetuate the business to the next generation. We're excited about hopefully doing that again someday too. So thank you very much.
On behalf of not just the board, but all of our membership, I want to present this to the Prestons for the great job they're doing, and wish them well, and there you go.
All right. Thank you.
Just want to add, too, that they've done a great job representing Michigan Milk, and it was noticed on a national level at the last National Milk annual meeting. They were chosen as the chair couple for their young leadership program as well. So I think that bodes very well for them. And at this time, let's give all of our participants another round of applause for doing a great job.